3-1 win for the Steel on home ice against Green Bay here with head coach Dan Muse. Game was tied very late, 3.5 minutes to go. You guys pull out the regulation win. What was the message on the bench when Green Bay tied it to come back and pick up the victory?
Just to focus in on the next shift. It's the same thing whether if we score a goal, they score a goal. If there are momentum swings, we want to worry about what we can control, and what we can control is just that next shift. And we wanted to make sure that we, after they scored the goal, we came back with the response. So I like the way the guys handled the situation. If you look back over the last 5 games prior to this one, we've been in a lot of different situations late in games, and I think that experience is helping us. When you get this time of year and you've been in a lot of these different tight game situations, it's big for you because you need to go through it here to know how to handle them. And I'm really like the way the guys are playing right now in close games. As you get to this point in the year, I think every game is feeling more and more like a playoff type game, the way that teams are battling for points and just for what's on the line. So it's great. These are the types of games you want to play in, and it's big by the guys here to come up with the 2 points.
Alistezka stopped 33 shots tonight, including 31 before letting that one in tonight. He's been excellent this year against Green Bay, but especially tonight. Just talk about his play between the pipes.
I think he's been excellent all year, and I think he had a great game here tonight. I think there was definitely some momentum shifts throughout the game. I thought our first period we let up definitely more chances than I think we'd like. I thought that Green Bay did a good job executing. They had a good amount of space, and I think that's when he came up with some huge saves. I thought second period we limited him a little bit more, but he got tested, and then in the third period, obviously, prior to the goal against, he made some big saves, and even afterwards, though, he got back in the net, and it was calm and collected and ready to finish the game out.
Obviously, the go-ahead goal, Mark creates the turnover, and Jack scores again, also adds the empty netter. Just the work those guys, the effort they've been putting in this season, you got to be extremely happy with Bedini and Johnstone. Obviously, Lutz in on that mix as well.
Yeah, I think it's, the play. The play that might have got forgot about is the one you just mentioned. Our captain came up with a monster play there, strips the guy the puck in the neutral zone, and really started that entire sequence there that led to that goal. It was huge. That's what we want to see out of our veteran guys and out of our leaders, and to have our captain come up with a monster play like that, and then to have Jack Bedini, who's just been consistent all year in terms of providing at both ends of the ice, come up with that goal was great. Yeah, I think you see Jack. You mentioned Jack's, the empty net goal. There's a couple huge block shots there, one by Lutz, and then I think another one by O'Neill there prior to that. And I thought that showed just the way we can play in those late game situations. Guys sacrificing and coming up with some huge plays there to make sure that they weren't going to get scoring chances.
You mentioned Jason O'Neill. He picks up his first goal of the Steel since you picked him up from the Sioux Falls Stampede. I know obviously he's put up a lot of goals with Sioux Falls. You got to be happy to see him on the score sheet and what he's been able to contribute at both ends of the ice so far for this team.
Yeah, he had a beautiful goal there. A really good passing sequence up ice there at the end of the very end of the power play and late in the period, and to come in to the locker room with that kind of momentum was big for us. I thought he had a lot of scoring chances. He's looked more and more comfortable every game. He's made contributions from the moment he got here, and I think now you're seeing him a little bit more comfortable offensively and creating even more. So it was a great game for him. It was great to see him get that first one in a Steel uniform, but I thought he did some really good things there at both ends as well.